Hello lovely people. Right, so joining me today for a quick what's in the box is going to be the Jump Pack Chaplain and Jump Pack Captain Executioner or Lord Executioner. These I purchased, I paid for them back in 25th of March, I think it was, 2022. After they just went last chance to buy, because I've been wanting these for a while, and then obviously there was a panic because obviously they'd gone last chance to buy, being taken out of the range. They may come back rotated in at some point, but we don't know when that will be, and I wanted them, so I ordered them and they arrived in store last week, so the end of week ending 7th of May, and I've picked them up today, which is the 12th of May. So these are older kits, the Firstborn Marines. I think looking at the Chaplain, I think I actually had him, I think it's more or less an exact mould casting of the metal miniature when he was in metal. I don't know about the Lord Executioner. I don't know if he was ever metal. I can remember buying him in resin previously. I don't know if he was ever metal. But yeah, this one I'm fairly certain was metal. So let's take a look. Now, the only issue with these two minis, because they were basically out prior to 8th and 9th editions, they come with 25mm slaughter bases, which is a pain in the backside. Oh, and you get no destructions either, which is a shame. So we get one of these because obviously he's a slaughter base, although there's a lot of resin there that would need cleaning up in order for him to fit onto the slaughter base. In fact, there's a lot of mould gates here which allow for extra resin to flow through to help prevent air bubbles. So we've got two sprues. Let's get rid of that because we don't want it. I'm going to replace it with a 30mm base. I'm going to clip away the slot and then he'll be super glued down to the base. I may even put a pin in just to give it a little bit of extra support. So let's have a look at the Chaplain himself. He looks great, just as I remember, although it's resin this time round rather than metal. He will be for my Dark Angels. So yeah, it's looking fab. I do like the parchment coming down the front. He's got his Crozius and his skull helm, superb. And even though this is a one piece, I'm actually trying to find any nasty looking mould lines, and I'm not really seeing any. Let's pop a light on, see if I can see anything underneath. Do you know what? I'm not seeing any issues with bubbles either on him. So he's got a crack grenade attached to his belt. There's some sort of sensor on a chain down the bottom. There is some flash on one of his feet, and obviously all these flow gates will need to be trimmed off. And as I say, those are there primarily to help the resin flow and prevent air bubbles, but there's a lot of them. For example, there's a triangular one just in here which is going to need to be carefully clipped and scraped to remove. Let's have a look at his jump pack, which is great. It's got obviously the winged icons there, and another chain with a Terminator honours by the look of it, Terminator honorific on it. Plenty of purity seals, and this shoulder pad is clean, so his left shoulder pad is clean, which I'm assuming will allow you to put in your chapter specific iconography, which in this case will be Dark Angels for my Sons of the Lion. So that was the Chaplain. Let's have a look at the Lord Executioner. Right. Now, keep those two little trays. Let's get rid of the slaughter base, don't want that. And here we go, right, Lord Executioner. So, as I say, I've previously had this. It was a nice mini. I'm just having a look. So he's got the fast attack cross on his right shoulder pad, and he's got Terminator honours on his left shoulder pad. So yeah, and again he'll be coming off of his slaughter base so that I can pop him onto a 32mm base. I had a couple of 32mm bases. But let's have a look. Let's get a bit of a close-up. So that's his body. He's got a separate head, and obviously comes with an iron halo. Yeah, fantastic. Looking at this, this is a little skull, which I'm assuming will potentially go onto his backpack. Yeah, so on his jump pack, that little skull, I don't know if you can make it out there, will go on top of his jump pack. But that's, again, it's a lovely sculpt. It's got obviously got some Ultramarines stylings with this leather braided loincloth, tabard, whatever you want to call it, coming down the front, but in dark green with the appropriate trim. That will look the business. Let's have a look at the jump pack. So your jump pack is there. Again, lovely scroll work on the engines, and on the top where the intakes are, you've got these lovely winged pieces here, which look fantastic. They go into a skull. Don't know if that can be seen. And yeah, that actually looks quite solid. Not any issues. I am going to have to straighten the axe out. I don't know if you can see there's a slight curve to the axe. It's curving this way. But again, it's a nice two-handed axe, and it's got some lovely wings coming up onto each head of the axe. Purity seals, great detail for the handle, the binding on the handle. So that's basically the two HQ choices. These are actually gonna be for my reserve fast attack company, and and then obviously they will just get deployed as and when I want to have some HQ choices with my army, if I go faster, all out fast attack. But there you go, those are the things. I'm gonna go away and we'll come back. I'll get all these prepped and we'll come back and build them, so don't leave the video just yet. All right, see you in a sec. Okie dokie. So yeah, right, looking at the two Space Marines, I do kind of get the impression that the Lord Executioner might just be a tiny little bit smaller than the Chaplain. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to use a piece of the scenery that came with the Assault Troops, Space Marine Assault Troops box set, to add in a bit of height to him, and I'm going to glue, that's the first thing I'm going to be gluing down to give it time to go off properly. So that's the only main bit of plastic I'm going to be dealing with. Shall we deal with our Chaplain first? Hopefully I've got enough super glue left. Yeah, looks like I should have. So as you can see, I've scored my, in fact no, it's not the only bit of plastic, because I've got a little bit of plastic here that I've got, and I'm going to glue to the Chaplain base to just add in a little bit more detail. And it's, again, it's just a base decoration from a kit with a skull and a couple of bolter shells. So that's going on there like that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to glue the arm on. To my Chaplain. And I have to say that these required an awful lot of cleanup with regards to bits of extra resin all over the place, designed to help eliminate potential air bubbles. So there's lots of tiny little triangles of resin all over the Mini in places that were, quite frankly, just a pain in the backside. And yeah, it took a while. I'm hoping I've got everything now. And the Chaplain is going to go on like thus. So, and you can see that I've scored my usual scoring on the base just to help any glue going down to take hold. And what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to glue his backpack on. I'm not going to glue the backpack or the axe onto the Lord Executioner, just basically so that I can get to the model and do all the painting as required. Now I have drilled a hole in 1 foot on the Lord Executioner, and I'm going to use that to put in a piece of wire, which I'm going to, because the Lord Executioner doesn't have a massive amount of contact on the piece of plastic scenery that I'm decorating his base with. So that's going into his foot, and then using an older pair of snips, cut that off there, and then I'm just going to find a position that I like, and then just drill a hole, another hole into the plastic. And then just take that much more off. I'm going to dab of super glue gel on there, a dab on the toes of his other foot, and then I've pressed him down onto the bit of rubble just there, like so. Pop his head in. And there you go, that's about as far as I'm taking these two. As I say, I want to be able to get in at the detail on their bodies. The Chaplain does look much chunkier than the Lord Executioner when you put them beside. I do have some assault marines here that I'm in the process of painting. So Chaplain side by side with an assault marine here, looking very similar, but again when you put the Lord Executioner next to the Space Marine, I don't know, I'm just feeling this is like just a perhaps ever so slightly slimmed down, maybe. The Chaplain definitely has a chunky feel to it. Definite chunky feel to this boy. So, but yeah, there you go. That's what I've done. The backpacks will obviously then go on once I've finished painting. So Chaplains. Let's get those out there. And the Lord Executioner with the wings on it will nicely go on there, like so. So just before I go, I'd like to just ask a small favour, and that is if you're regularly watching my videos but not subscribed, it'd be really nice if you could smash the subscribe button. Everything that you see on my channel I either purchase myself or they're gifted from friends, and I would obviously like to grow the channel to be able to offer more content and so on. I don't use Patreon. You know, I do have an Amazon wish list, which there is a link in the description for each video. If you want to, you obviously don't have to, but if you want to do a gift me something off the wish list, that would be really great. And I will obviously do a review, build and paint video for anything that people send me from the wish list. So yeah, you know, as I say, if you're enjoying the content, then please like and subscribe. It will help out immensely. The other thing is that I'm going to do a channel giveaway when I get to 500 subscribers. So watch this space. Haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do exactly. It may well be that I'll offer a choice, something for scale modelers and something for the wargamers. And from there, hopefully I'll have some better details about how it's going to work and what will be up for grabs in a later video. Anyway, hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye bye.